was being so foolish, just trying to wait around for you. I be at the crib, you know I held it down for you. You doing your thing with your girls and I respect it, cause you know I'll always be here.
Welcome to RizzAsylum. Good morning. Come on in, wake on up. I'm your host, Rizz, guiding you through the maze of love, relationships, and the complex emotions that comes with them. Today's episode is a real treat. We're diving deep into the topic that's both tantalizing and mysterious, the triangle of love. Are you ready for a journey through the corners of your heart? All right, let's go. We're going to switch it up. Instead of an opening message today, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the question of the day from our previous episode. So last episode, we threw a question out there. It was, how has an act of defiance positively shaped your life or the lives of those around you? So let's get into your stories, and we'll be sharing a few shortly. You know, I'm the type of person that's anti-authority, so defiance, I think, has always been my thing. But the way I be defiance is always responsibly. It's never on a negative aspect, because the way I choose to be defiant, I got to break things down. If it's good for me, if it's bad for me, if the outcome is good for me, if it's bad for me, or am I going to hurt anybody else on the receiving end of what I'm about to bring to the table. So I do think things through before I actually present it. And before I present it, I got to weigh my options. I got to create multiple alternatives just in case one don't play out. Here, I got something else. But I also got to counteract things to open their mind to something that can intrigue them to be like, oh, he got something else to the table. Bring something that will make them think, okay, he's not just being a defiant person. He's not just being a rebel. I'm bringing something that we can both compromise to, that can enlighten the situation more better. And when I do that, it actually breaks things down into my favor, because all parties are happy. All parties are satisfied. So that's a good way to do it. You always got to think things through before you actually present it out. Otherwise, you just wasting your time, because they're not going to want to hear something that just only benefits you. You got to make something benefit everybody, all parties involved. So when you being defiant and you want to be anti-authority, you got to be positive about it, number one. And number two, you got to think things completely through, and you got to have alternatives, and you got to have things that will benefit everybody and not just yourself. You can't just think about yourself for the thing. Now, let's get into our stories. All right, our first one comes from John from Seattle, Washington. An act of defiance that positively shaped my life was when I chose to pursue art over a traditional 9-to-5 job. Despite my family's objectives, it was a tough role, but today I'm a successful graphic designer, and I have never been happier. Standing up for my passion not only fulfilled my dreams, but also inspired my younger sister to follow her heart. That's good. It's always great to inspire others from your actions. See, that was a positive defiance. Now let's go straight into number two. Sasha from Miami, Florida. My moment of defiance was when I joined a protest against educational inequality. This act led to a community engagement, and we were able to secure more funding for our local schools. Defiance wasn't just for me, but for every child in our community who deserved a better chance at education. I'm real glad to hear something like that. It's always great for change and more opportunities to get more education for our children, the youth, the future. Let's go into the next. Liam from Austin, Texas. I defied societal norms by being a stay-at-home dad while my wife pursued her career. This decision strengthened our family bonds, allowed my wife to achieve her professional goals, and taught our children that roles aren't defined by gender, but by love and cooperation. I like that. That's actually something you don't really hear every day. Stories like that we don't really hear every day. Everybody think that it's just a man thing out here. But see, what the equality thing is, women can also do a lot of the things the men can as well. So that's good for you. You decided to stay at home and be the father figure and raise your children and let your wife achieve her goals and dreams. Now, let's go straight into our question of today. Is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time? I can't just leave it right there. I got to give y'all a second one too. Now, for the second burning question, can a love triangle ever have a happy ending? I got to know those two. Is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time? And the second question, can a love triangle ever have a happy ending? Think about it. Share your thoughts, and let's unravel this together. Reach out on our social media, RizzAsylum 1450. That's on IG, Twitter, and YouTube. I love to hear the stories for this one. Use hashtag RizzAsylum Triangle and let your voice be heard.
You're now rocking with DJ Rizz on the RizzAsylum.
Welcome back, Rizz Nation. Let's get into the discussion of the day. The triangle of love. It's a triangle web, a dance of desires, a battlefield of hearts. But what really defines a love triangle, it's not just a plot in a soap opera. It's a reality for many. The pain, the joy, the highs, and the lows. Today we'll explore the myriad facts of this intriguing polygon of passion. Being into two people at the same time is a complex and often challenging emotional experience, commonly referred to as the love triangle. The situation can lead to a myriad of conflicting emotions, including guilt, confusion, and fear of causing hurt. It can be a reflection of different needs of desires being met by different individuals, and navigating such a situation requires a great deal of self-reflection and honesty. On one hand, experiencing affection for two people can highlight the multifaceted nature of human relationships and help individuals explore what they truly seek in a partner. It can lead to growth and a deeper understanding of one's own needs and desires. But on the other hand, it also poses the risk of causing pain and strain in the relationship. It calls for open communication, transparency, and a careful examination of one's feeling. Ultimately, it's crucial to approach the situation with empathy and integrity, being mindful of the feelings of all individuals while also staying true to one's own emotions and needs. You know, the love triangle thing isn't for everybody. Now, for me personally, it's not for me. I couldn't go along with the punches with that, but to each his own. I don't have no judgment for it. It's just, if you're into it, you're into it. What can you say? You can't knock a person for what they into. If that's their lifestyle and that's what they want, then they go after what they want. That's what everybody is taught to do. So you can have judgments on it all day long. Everybody has their own opinion about it, but you can't knock a person if that's what they're into. Now, you can let them know the cons of it. It's not really so much any good for it, really. But people think so. So that's their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to it. Now, it can lead to emotional turmoil. Love triangles often lead to heightened feelings of jealousy, insecurity, and confusion, causing emotional distress for all parties involved, but also relationship strain. They can undermine trust and stability in them relationships, making it difficult to establish clear commitments and fostering uncertainty. And I can see that why you might like one better than the other, and you don't want to let the other one know, and then the other one can get jealous and mad that you giving the other one more attention than you giving them. So they gonna have insecurity issues and be jealous that you giving their attention to the other person and not them, and not the equal thing of the triangle that it was set out to be. Now it's like you have a favorite, but you just holding on to both, and you only pleasing one just to shut them up, and then you just focus on the one that you truly like. And in my opinion, if you truly like the one that you're really messing with the most, why not just be with that one person instead of just holding on to the other and rolling with both parties? You got to think about it. You got to think things through before really making that decision, instead of trying to be in the ultimate powerful person. Like, oh yeah, I got two. I'm in a triangle. You know, I get multi pleasures from both. but you only give one the most. So really think about that. Is the love triangle really good for you? You know what? I think it's time to transition this into the fan favorite segment, the recovery letter. You see, today's letter comes from Jamie. He's caught in a love triangle. The two people involved are equally important to him, and he's torn, confused, and afraid of hurting someone. Oh yeah, I think this letter will be very good.
You're now rocking with DJ Rizz on the RizzAsylum.
All right, welcome back, Rizz Nation. It's time to get into that recovery letter. Let's go, y'all.
You're listening to the Recovery Letter.
Let's go. Subject reads, seeking guidance, caught in a love triangle. Dear Rizz, I hope this letter finds you well. I am a longtime listener of RizzAsylum, and I find your insights incredibly helpful. Today, I find myself reaching out as I am entangled in a situation that has left me torn, confused, and in need of guidance. I am caught in a love triangle. The two people involved are incredibly dear to me, each bringing joy, support, and companionship into my life in their own unique ways. They are equally important to me, and the thought of having to choose between them is heart-wrenching. The emotional weight of the situation is immense, and I am struggling to navigate through the complex web of feelings. I am afraid of hurting someone, regardless of the decision I make. The fear of causing pain and potentially losing a meaningful connection is paralyzing. I feel stuck, unable to move forward, and unsure of how to approach this delicate situation. I value the relationship I have with both individuals deeply, and I don't want to take their feelings for granted. I am seeking a resolution that is respectful, considerate, and thoughtful. I understand there may not be a perfect solution, but I am hopeful that with your advice, I can find a path that minimizes hurt and fostering understanding. Thank you for reading my letter, Rizz. Any insights, guidance, or advice you can provide will be greatly appreciated. I am ready to face the situation head on, but I can use some help finding the right direction. I'm torn, confused, and afraid of hurting someone. What do I do? Sincerely, Jamie. Sheesh. Well, Jamie, firstly, thank you for reaching out and sharing your story. Navigating through such intricate emotions is never easy, and your bravery in seeking advice is truly commendable. So, Jamie, in solutions like this, introspection is your compass. Reflect deeply on what you truly want and need in a relationship. Consider the qualities and dynamics of each relationship and how they align with your long-term goals and values. Understanding your own feelings and desires is the first step. It's the first step towards resolution. Open communication is the bridge to understanding. It's essential to have honesty and transparent conversations with both individuals involved. Now, share your feelings, concerns, and uncertainties. Creating a space for open dialogue allows clarity, mutual respect, and informed decisions. Remember, it's not just about finding a resolution, but fostering understanding and compassion along the way. Most importantly, Jamie, be true to yourself. Authenticity is the foundation of meaningful relationship. Honor your feelings, your values, and your well-being. While in fear of hurting someone is understandable, compromising your own happiness and well-being is not a suitable solution. Remember, Jamie, there may not be a perfect, painful, free resolution, but approaching the situation with integrity, empathy, and self-awareness will guide you towards the best possible outcome for all involved. Just stay strong and trust that with reflection and honesty, you will find your way. Believe that. Wishing you clarity and peace. It's a journey of self-discovery. And remember, the asylum is here to support you.
You're now rocking with DJ Rizz on the RizzAsylum.
Welcome back, Rizz Nation. As we wrap up today's episode on Triangle of Love, let's reflect. Love triangles are complex, emotionally charged, and requires immense of introspection. Whether you find yourself in one or you're simply a curious bystander, remember that Communication, honesty, and self-reflection are key. Until next time, keep exploring, keep loving, and remember, the RizzAsylum is always open for you.
I was being so foolish, trying to wait around for you. I be at the crib, you know I held it down for you. You're doing your thing with your girls and I respect it, 'cause you know I'll always be at